Oh, come on, RJ, cheer up.
But that ending was so sad.
Yeah, but you enjoyed the movie, didn't you?
Well, I did, but...
You know what? I got something to cheer you up.
Boss, I know you're trying to cheer me up, but I don't think there's nothing here that's gonna make me feel better.
Oh, nothing, huh? We'll see about that. Just do me a favor and don't get out of hand.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy, it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan. Too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan.
Here. Let's go. Hi, Faceless here, and what movie got RJ all upset? Furious 7. Now, I'm going to try real hard not to spoil this movie for you all, but I will touch on some elements that may have a potential of being a spoiler. With that being said, here's the plot. The film opens with Deckard Shaw, played by Jason Statham, at his brother's bedside vowing revenge for the people responsible for putting him in the hospital in the first place. From the get-go, the film pretty much showcases how much of a badass the big brother is. Then we cut to our main heroes of the film. Dom and Letty, played by Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez respectively, go to a drag race with the hopes of jogging Letty's memories. She's still dealing with amnesia, and it's getting to the point where it's getting too much for her. So she decides to go away to find herself. Don't worry y'all, she comes back. Brian, played by Paul Walker, is trying to adjust to a normal life as a family man. Even though his adjustments are going okay, he does miss certain aspects of his former profession. Meanwhile, Deckard pays Hobbs a visit, played by Dwayne Johnson, and before you know it, they duke it out in the FBI office. Okay guys, let me tell you, you're gonna have to suspend your disbelief in this film. Because in real life, if this guy ever punches me with one punch, I'd be lucky to even have a face to cover up. I mean, look at the guns on this guy. Jesus. Anyway, Shaw gets the information he needs, and begins his hunt for the crew that's responsible for his brother's misfortune, which leads to the death of Han in Tokyo Drift. Say what you will, that movie is part of the franchise, but I do like how they came full circle with this plot. Deckard sends Dom a surprise package, letting him know that he's coming after him and the rest of the crew. In old tough guy fashion, Dom goes after Shaw. But in the midst of getting ready to throw down, a secret government black ops organization stops the fight before it even begins, and inadvertently allows Shaw to escape. So we begin with another plot in this film, where Frank Petty, played by Kurt Russell, recruits Dom and his crew to retrieve a programmer and her invention from a sovereign country that has her hostage. Basically, you can sum up the rest of the story where Dom helps Frank get whatever he wants. In turn, Frank will help Dom with all the resources that he has to track down Owen. And that's basically the plot in a nutshell. So we have two plots and a couple of small minor plots, and I have to say they're not the best, and it's pretty weak and sorta silly. But the action in this film more than makes up for it. It's over the top for sure, and some of the stuff that does happen is gonna have you sitting there going, yeah, right. But at the same time, you're gonna be also going, that was fucking badass. I mean, come on, The Rock walking down the street with a huge Gatling gun to shoot down a helicopter? Yes! The chase scenes, the fight scenes, the sheer stunt work they did for this film literally had me on the edge of my seat. The cars they used for this film are amazing. I mean, look at that thing. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big car person, but after seeing this piece of work, made me drool. Oh, I want you. Now most of you know, Paul Walker passed away during the filming of this latest installment. And let me assure you, the fans of this franchise, trust me, they did his character justice. The special effects and the CGI that they used to make him seem like that he was there present in the film was seamless. Well, except for one part where it did actually look like that they pasted his face on another actor. However, it wasn't bad. We all know what happened to Paul, and you can forgive that only because the writers really just didn't cop out and write him out of the story. Hell, they had the balls to keep him in there. And his send-off at the end of the film really pulled on your heartstrings. In the theaters, there were a lot of sniffles and some weeping. And yes, I choked up a bit too. not as bad as RJ. In the end, I had fun with this movie. Aside from the weak plot lines and the over-the-top action, f***ing badassery, it was a great popcorn movie. So my final recommendation? For fans of this franchise, and even people that know of the series and love action flicks, watch it in theaters. It's definitely worth the $8. Well, this wraps up this week's episode. If you have any thoughts, please leave them below. I also want to make a small announcement that I'm rearranging my schedule. Starting this week, I'll be releasing my movie reviews on Friday and sometimes Saturday, depending on how many films they release on a particular weekend. As for my gameplay videos, I'll be releasing them on Wednesdays and Sunday, so keep an eye out for them. As always, you can visit me on peanutbutterdisaster.com, where I have all my videos posted, and also other producers and critics that you can check out as well, like Tex Rockwolf of the Rockwolf Files.
Character that we haven't heard of.
This sexy piece of man does commentaries on the latest media subjects, like the going-ons of the Marvel Universe, to the backstory of the popular Five Nights at Freddy's. Fuck that game. He's very analytical of what he talks about, and he has a twist of humor, so check him out. And lastly, if you hadn't done so yet, hit the subscribe button for more upcoming Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one alone. This is Faceless, signing off. Right here.
Peanut butter disaster.